yourself.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome here to New Hampshire for round 7 on the schedule. DJ Curtis is the Sony Pole Award winner for this race weekend. Many times in qualifying recently, he's been close and knocking on the door of a pole. However, he sat on the front row many a times this season. Now he's finally got himself a pole. But for this race, it's the Magic Mile, 150 miles for this race weekend. It's a pretty short race. However, getting around this track is going to be something to watch because track position and qualifying was so key for this race weekend, and it was hardly mentioned in qualifying, but it is very key to start up front for this race weekend because if you start out back, it's just going to be very much chaos trying to get to the front. You got cars that are probably going to be going 2 and 3 wide trying to make passes. It's a flat mile. It's just very tough to pass. New Hampshire is. It's just a very it's a track that is big on track position. You got guys that are starting pretty deep in the field that you can see that possibly could be contenders here. You got Jake Bassinger starting back in 17th, Luke Martin starting back in 22nd. It's just a lot of drivers starting out back that you don't need to be. And so the point leader, just coming off of a second place finish, Jake Bassinger, starting 17th. I think he can fight his way to the front, get inside the top 10, have another solid day. But Bassinger, he's your new point leader for this race weekend. Gonna have to keep an eye on him. Dom Cap starting in 10th. He's gonna be looking to take it back away this weekend. But the front row, our focus is gonna shift to Curtis and Turner as they're gonna lead them down for this race. As we get set and ready to go racing at New Hampshire, the Magic Mile. Who will have the magic to take down a victory here in New Hampshire? It's all about to be decided. Curtis and Turner is going to lead them down. The green flag flies. We're racing. And on the jump, Curtis able to get away and clear Jesse Turner into turn 3. Curtis looking to lead the first lap and get them bonus points for leading. And he will. Turner, or Curtis, to the line will lead the first lap. Jordan Davis, in the first couple of laps, has been the biggest mover, really, of the front drivers. He went from 9th all the way up to 3rd in just 8 laps. Going by Ryan Acosta, and Davis trying to mount a charge on our leaders. The leaders of Jesse Turner and DJ Curtis, they pulled away from the rest of the field, but Jordan Davis is trying to reel them in. Jordan Davis has been clicking off some really good laps. He has ran down our second place driver of Jesse Turner. Battle for second. Jordan Davis gonna take it away. The front 3 have been the best cars on the track. You can see how they're pulling away from everyone else. Dejon Weeks has moved his way into 4th. Ryan Acosta back to 5th. But our leader, DJ Curtis, has been setting the pace ever since the green flag. And it's been 16 laps, but Jordan Davis is closing in. Jordan Davis has got a blistering fast race car. This 5 Chevy with a new sponsor on this car. I think this the Cabela's Chevrolet. Well, it's the new sponsor on the race car. And he's giving it a good show here. The Mace Enterprises Chevy on the back bumper of DJ Curtis. Dodge won their first race of the season last week with Jeffrey Lynn. Chevy looking to get their first win of the season with Jordan Davis. Davis to the inside looking for his 8th win of the series today. Here at New Hampshire, side by side, door to door with DJ Curtis. Looking to have a new leader here. Door to door for the lead. Curtis gonna lose the lead to Jordan Davis here. Davis, the new leader on lap 21. Battle for the 5th position heating up. This is really where the racing is going on because Dejon Weeks, Jesse Turner, Curtis, and Davis are in their own zip code right now, but Ryan Acosta hanging in there, trying to hang on to a top 5 run. He qualified very strong. but he's trying to hang on. He's got big name teams and drivers all around him. Steven Jenkins, Matthew Rodriguez, Chris Dodd, who had a good run in qualifyings there, Silver Fox and Mace. They're trying to get by Ryan Acosta, but he's hanging in on the outside for now. This is where the biggest battle is on the racetrack. This is for the 5th position. Acosta has not had a top 10 finish all season long, but he sits 8th in the point standings, and with runs like this, keeping him up high in the point standings, it's good to see Acosta really prevailing in a run like this. Steven Jenkins trying to get up there in the top 5 and try and be a contender for the win for this race weekend. Same with Rodriguez and Silver Fox. Dodd having another great run just like he did at Atlanta. Nick Mace trying to get back in his own zone. He had a top 10 streak going there for a while, but he ended up getting broken, and that streak getting broken last week at Springfield. Dom Caps is outside the top 10 right now. He sits in 11th. He's kind of not been in the same since Atlanta when he won that Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bearfield, Springfield really took big hits to him in the standings, but still trying to get inside the top 10 here. Ryan Griffin, his teammate, in 12th, and Jake Bassinger, the point leader, back here in 13th. I think that win last week at Springfield really boosted the confidence out of Jeffrey Lynn and his race team. Jeffrey Lynn's best finish of the season before Springfield was 21st at California. And this team hadn't had a top 20 finish all season until Springfield, and they went and led like 43 laps and went on to win and beat Jake Bassinger, who's now the point leader for the win in that race. So Island Family Racing Team getting a win for Dodge out at Springfield with Jeffrey Lynn was a big confidence booster for this race team, and it really seems like it's gotten them back on the right track, sitting here 16th, knocking on a door of a top 15 run. Lap 39 of 150, and Jordan Davis has already caught the tail end of the pack and is starting to lap traffic. Davis really pulling the gap and looking like the dominant car. Mace Enterprises dominated this race with Eugene DeMax last time out. Maybe Jordan Davis and his race team took notes on what Eugene DeMax did last time, and that's how they're so quick. But Davis looking really good, setting a blistering pace right now. Trouble for Eric DeMax. He has blown the motor, and he is going to be our first retiree of the race. However, a caution flag would come out when many drivers were trying to miss Eric DeMax, who was stopped on the racetrack from a blown motor. Many cars coming back up the racetrack would make contact, Sean Harple being one of them, spinning up the racetrack and backing it up in the outside wall. Caution flag is out. We're going to get you to the restart. Problems for Jordan Davis in the 5 car as we get ready to go back racing. Davis having troubles, had to come back in. Well, this is interesting. Jordan Davis with problems up with that 5 car is way in the back of the field now. That caution did not help him because something was wrong with the car. Nick Mace, PJ Williams only did a splash of fuel that time. They only topped it off with fuel. Jesse Turner took 2 tires. Actually, Jesse Turner took 4 tires, while everyone else came in and took regular service. So, actually, Ryan Acosta's to the inside of all of them trying to pick off positions. Nick Mace is your race leader right now because him and PJ Williams took no tires. And taking no tires seems like it's not going to pay off for Nick Mace as Ryan Acosta in the 45 Dodge to the inside of everyone on that restart really benefited, and he has worked his way to the lead, bringing Matthew Rodriguez and Ryan Griffin with him. More problems for the 5 car of Jordan Davis, bringing it in yet again and going multiple laps down. Something is wrong with the 5 car. Don't know what's wrong with Jordan Davis, but he had a blistering fast race car, and this is really going to hurt him. He had a good chance to win today. Battle for the lead. Matthew Rodriguez trying to take it from Ryan Acosta. Rodriguez, the winner out at Bearfield, trying to sneak past the 45 Dodge of Ryan Acosta. But Acosta gonna fight back. Acosta's really hard to pass, and he puts up a good fight, and he drives it in on the outside, but Rodriguez gonna get back at the gas a lot better than Acosta, and Matthew Rodriguez, your new leader. And Jordan Davis, who's had multiple issues with that car, thinks it's a mechanical failure. He's going to bring it on in, and Davis is going to fall out of the race. A similar issue to Eric DeMax. However, this wasn't engine failure, so I'm curious to see what's wrong with Jordan Davis's race car as he falls out of the race and is your second retiree. Matthew Rodriguez's last lap just ran his best lap of the day and is pulling away from Acosta. Ryan Griffin, who has had a very lackluster season, trying to work his way to the front. He's sitting back there in third. Fourth is Dejon Weeks. Fifth is Jesse Turner, but Luke Martin has worked his way to the front. He started out outside the top 20. He's been one of our biggest movers of the entire day. He sits right there in position in the to get into the top 5. But right now, the man to beat is Matthew Rodriguez as he has been pulling away. The strategy that Nick Mace and PJ Williams did has dropped them down to 30th and 31st on the racetrack. They took no tires that last pit stop. I have no idea why they didn't, but Nick Mace did get some bonus points for leading, but it's really not going to help him much being back here in 30th. Jesse Turner underneath of Ryan Griffin, closing in on halfway. One of his biggest contenders for the win today, Jordan Davis, having problems is going to really help his chances of getting a victory here on the Magic Mile. Underneath of Ryan Griffin, Turner into third. Dejon Weeks, who has also been pretty fast in this race, working his way underneath of Ryan Griffin. Griffin did a good strategy to get himself up there. He had a really good pit stop to get him up the order in the top 5, but he's dropping down the order now. Seems like he doesn't have that good of a long-run car. Jesse Turner underneath of Ryan Acosta. Acosta is one of the hardest drivers to pass in the series. He really puts up a good fight and drives as hard as he can, trying to hang on to second. Rodriguez is trying to check out. He's been pulling the gap and been one of the fastest cars on the track. Turner looks as though he's going to get the spot from Ryan Acosta, but Acosta fighting back on that outside, but I expect Turner to get him here in turn 3, and he will, but Acosta still trying to fight with him, but Turner gets the position and is going to try and run down Matthew Rodriguez. Turner is closing the gap on Matthew Rodriguez. We're halfway in the race. Rodriguez trying to hold off Jesse Turner here. Turner has been about 3/10 faster than Rodriguez in this run, and Rodriguez is closing in on lap traffic, so that's going to play in the hands of Jesse Turner to try and take the lead away. Battle for third. Dejon Weeks trying to take it away from Ryan Acosta. Acosta's had a good day. Luke Martins overcame a lot after starting outside the top 20, inside the top 5. Cody Lamas in 6th. Jake Bassinger up into 7th position. Griffin down to 8th. DJ Curtis, our pole sitter for the day, in the 9th position now. Dom Capps sitting back there in 10th. He's been really consistent this season. However, at the point leader, Jake Bassinger's ahead of him, so he's losing points today. However, give a call to Garrett Sidner. Really good run for the Blue Flare Motorsports rookie to be sitting here in 11th, having a great run today. 12th is Chris Dodd. 13th is Dylan Young. 14th is Jeffrey Finguy. And 15th, Zachary Fitzwater. 16th, Sean Perkins. 17th, Eric Burton. And 18th is Andres Allen, who's having a pretty solid effort. 19th is Casey Lester. And rounding out the top 20 is Sean Harple, who's been in a wreck today, and who started out dead last. Josh Crash has passed half of the field. D. Turner has closed the gap on Matthew Rodriguez. This is the battle and the race for the lead. Right up here at the front, Rodriguez kind of struggled with lap cars, and the strategy for Nick Mace really did not pay off. 2 races in a row, and it looks like he's going to have some bad luck, and he's going to have some bad strategy to really take him out of the hunt. He was having a top 10 day. However, Jesse Turner looking for the race lead to the inside of Matthew Rodriguez, trying to make a pass. Passing's really tough to do if you can hang in on that outside. Rodriguez digging on the outside, trying to keep it. Side by side for the lead. Rodriguez keeps it at the line for now. However, Turner to the inside, still door-to-door for the lead. The inside has prevailed. Turner has been quicker than Rodriguez in this run, but Matthew Rodriguez not wanting to give up. On the outside, hanging on for now. And the slow Stephen Jenkins car, who has had some troubles with being down on power recently, he's coming to pit road. Really slowed up Brian Acosta and even Dom Capps, for a matter of fact. So now we have a new third place driver. Dejon Weeks went by. Cody Lamas is now in 4th, and the point leader, Jake Bassinger, is sitting in there in 5th. Possibly a change for the lead. Jesse Turner to the inside again on Matthew Rodriguez. This is an attempt of a pass for the lead here on lap 87 of 150. Dead heat at the line. Rodriguez still keeping Turner back. Don't believe Turner has led a lap today. He's wanting to get at least some bonus points for leading here. He clears Rodriguez off the corner, but can he slide up? No, he can't. Rodriguez digging hard on the outside, trying to keep the lead. But I think Turner's going to get him in a turn 3. But, I don't know. Rodriguez on the corner panel. Yeah, Rodriguez still trying to hang in. But you're going to give the lap lead to Jesse Turner. And he slides up in front of him. Jesse Turner gets the lead. Trouble on the track. Cody Lamas and Nick Mace have wrecked up in turn 3. Here it is. Nick Mace. He was exiting pit road and was merging back on the track in turn 3, and him and Cody Lamas got together. Cody Lamas was the third place car, and I'll tell you what, Cody Lamas's luck is the worst. I mean, Cody Lamas has been so fast all season. Nick Mace getting wrecked right there off turn 4, but Cody Lamas has been so fast all year, was running in third position, and he gets wrecked by a lap car. Nick Mace there too, he was trying to merge, but I don't know. They were both trying to take the same real estate on the racetrack. On board Cody Lamas. I don't think he necessarily knew what Nick Mace was trying to do. I don't know, he looked like he was trying to get in behind Nick Mace, but Nick Mace checked up a lot more for the corner than Lamas did. And it really, man, Cody Lamas, he's had such a solid season if you didn't count the incidents he was having. He has so much good speed out of that car each and every week, but some bad luck takes him out. As we come back to the restart, it'll be lap 97 of 150. Matthew Rodriguez beat Jesse Turner off pit road to get the lead back. Luke Martin leaped his way up into third. That's some of the biggest movers we've seen. The green flag is back in the air. Rodriguez leads him into turn 1. And he had a good restart as well. Got in front of Jordan Fisher. Jesse Turner kind of was caught sleeping there. And Matthew Rodriguez is going to get away. However, Turner and possibly Martin are going to clear the lap cars heading into turn 3. On the restart, Dom Capps has worked his way by Jake Bassinger. He sits 4th. Jake Bassinger sits 5th. That's the championship battle. Capps is still going to need to really finish a lot higher up than Bassinger to try and take the point lead, but Dom Capps trying to eat into the point lead and get it back from Jake Bassinger after losing it last weekend. Up in front of him, his boss of Luke Martin, driving for a different team. Luke Martin sitting there in 3rd. I'm hearing that's the same race car that Eugene DeMax won with last time they were here when they led 139 laps to win this race. And Martin sitting there in 3rd, started outside the top 20. And here he is in 3rd position in a part-time ride. Really, he's only here subbing for Charles Sanford. And that Charles Sanford, we're hearing, will be back around round 10 on the schedule. So Martin really performing well for a retired driver, and he's got a chance to win this race for Mace Enterprises. And given the fact that all 3 of the other Mace Enterprises cars are 38th or worse and out of the race, so Luke Martin's really carrying that race team. But right now, Jesse Turner all over Matthew Rodriguez. We may get a battle for the lead here shortly. Cody Lamas, despite getting wrecked, has charged his way into the top 10 with a damaged race car. Sitting there in 8th position, he's passed Ryan Acosta, who's sitting there in 9th, 10th positions, DJ Curtis. But Cody Lamas, even with a damaged race car, has charged his way into 8th and is having a solid day despite all the mishaps. 5 cars are currently under a blanket. With 35 laps to go, it could be any 5 of these drivers. Matthew Rodriguez, Jesse Turner, Luke Martin, Dom Capps, and Jake Bassinger. They are all right there with a chance to win this race. All of them are in a line. However, here comes Turner. Turner, look at the inside. I was just about to say, all it takes is just one of these drivers to duck out, and they're all going to start racing each other. They had been pulling away from everyone else, but here comes Turner, wasting no more time, to the inside of Matthew Rodriguez. Like we said, it's 35 laps to go. Turner and Rodriguez side by side. Rodriguez has seemed like he's been the better car in the second half of this race. But Turner trying to get there, but Rodriguez fighting back. Oh, and Dom Capps nearly laying the bumper on the 24. And Dom Capps trying to go underneath of Martin for the third position. Turner gonna try and make a move somewhere else for the lead. Dom Capps is ducked out on Jesse Turner now. This is for second position. Looking to put Martin Motorsports first, second. But Turner fighting back on the high side, but Capps gonna throw it in there in turn 3. Bassinger gonna throw it in there on Luke Martin, the top 5, under a blanket, looking for the race lead. All of them fighting for any position. Capps is the only one able to get alongside and still able to keep the momentum up. Still side by side with Turner. Capps may have the edge if he can get into second to run his teammate down. Dom Capps. He's already won 3 races this season. If he could win a 4th one, he's been on top of his game, but up until this point, the last 2 races, Dom Capps has really struggled. He struggled at Bearfield. He struggled at Springfield, like massively. Lost the point lead that race. He wants to try and take it back. He wants to get the point lead. He wants to be on top yet again. He's going to have to pass his good old buddy Matthew Rodriguez and his teammate. And he's going to have to try and do it in less than 30 laps. I want to give a call to Sean Perkins. He's been very quiet this race, but he's been very methodical, like a champion, working his way towards the front. He started out back. He started outside the top 20, top 25, really far back, but he's inside the top 10. He has passed Matthew Rodriguez and sitting there in a solid place right here to get a top 10. Good run for Perkins. The pole sitter of DJ Curtis is really struggling with his race car. He's back here fighting with Fitzwater and Carson Scott. Curtis just got his way back into 17th, but that's still a lackluster day for a team like his to be sitting this far back. For the pole sitter, DJ Curtis, he's really struggling out there. Up front though, battle for the lead. Dom Capps underneath of Matthew Rodriguez. Now, Rodriguez, can he hold back Dom Capps? Capps has got an edge, possibly the lead at the line. They were a dead even at the line. Give it to Capps. Capps just barely took the lead there and is going to move up Rodriguez just a little bit, take his line away. And how about this? Dom Capps, I think he's going to get the lead. Door to door with Matthew Rodriguez. Rodriguez has been able to hold off every charge so far, but not his teammates. Dom Capps to the point at New Hampshire. Jesse Turner trying to get underneath of him as well. Dom Capps to the point. With 20 laps to go, we are seeing battles for second, battles for third. Rodriguez and Martin trying to hang on, but Bassinger looks like he's going to get the edge here. On Martin, side by side, this is for the 4th position. Dom Capps up front trying to pull away, and he's trying to take the point lead back. And he could possibly cut the point lead down enough to where he is right on top of Bassinger leaving this race. Dom Capps was not happy about Springfield and was not happy about losing the point lead. He wants to get that back, and he's opening up a gap on his teammate Matthew Rodriguez. However, battles for second position continue to help Capps trying to extend his lead on the field. Turner and Rodriguez racing door to door with each other. But Rodriguez has been better than Turner, especially off the corner and down the straightaways. But Turner trying to take it away. It seems like Turner is a little bit faster in this run right now, but he's being held up by Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is not wanting to give up. This battling with each other has allowed Ryan Griffin, the 6th place race car, to get in the mix of things as well, and they have been racing really hard with each other. I'm surprised they haven't wrecked each other with sliding around in the corners. However, they're all back in the line again. Cody Lamas trying to run these guys down. But Matthew Rodriguez, can he mount a charge on his teammate Dom Capps? Or is Dom Capps just cruising away for his 4th win of the season? Turner continuing to work over Rodriguez. Turner has been fighting to get by Matthew Rodriguez. Rodriguez has seemed like he has been struggling, but he's been fighting so hard to hang on to second. and it has allowed Dom Caps to open up this big lead, and Turner finally is going to clear him. Turner in a second. Martin looking underneath for third, but I think Rodriguez is going to hold him off, and Rodriguez back to third. Turner in the second, but will it be enough to run down Caps with about 10 to go? Griffin gonna work his way by Jake Bassinger, possibly. And you never know with the way the championship points are if Caps could win this race, and Bassinger, if he drops down to 6th, he could possibly lose the point lead here. Not sure, but every point's gonna matter. You're fighting for a championship of all year on points, so you gotta take into consideration of how much points means. Griffin moves his way into 5th. Ryan Griffin working the high side on Luke Martin. This is for the 4th position with about 5 laps to go. Griffin into 5th, or into 4th place. As we come to the line, it'll be 2 laps of racing to go. Dom Caps has the lead. Battle for the 3rd position now. Ryan Griffin underneath of Matthew Rodriguez. Ryan Griffin in the 11 car has not had a very good season. He's looking to get a good result here. One of his best finishes of the season. Underneath of Rodriguez, this is for 3rd on his teammate. But man, coming to the white flag, Dom Caps if nothing else happens in front of him to take him out, this is going to be his 4th win of the season, and really eat back into the point lead that Jake Bassinger took from him. This is going to be his 6th top 10 of the season, only one time finishing outside the top 10. For Turner, this is going to be his 6th consecutive top 10 finish. Good run for him. However, it's not going to be a win. Dom Caps, 4 wins to open up the season. Round 7 goes to him. Bassinger blows up at the end. Bassinger blows up while Dom Caps takes the checkered flag. And Jake Bassinger on pit road. Gonna cross the line. Oh, and he beat Stage-On Weeks. Blew up right at the line to get 7th position. He almost lost it, though, at the very end. That would have been a lot worse for him. But Dom Caps gets the win, and you never know. He probably could have took the point lead back with the bonus points he earned. But a great drive for Dom Caps. The most wins anyone has ever had in a single season is Eugene DeMax, and he won 6 races in Season 14. And Dom Caps, in only 7 races, has won 4 now. And he has had a very solid start to 2018. Let's get you to our finishing results and standings after round 7.